Hello and welcome to a new video. I thought I'd do something a little bit different today and we'll look through some of my favourite watercolour books and especially watercolour florals. And the reason for this is I'm starting to think about the 100-day project, which starts on the 22nd of February, so the end of this month. And I started with a mind map. I always start with a, oh my gosh, I can't find it. Start with a mind map. My plan is to do 100 days of watercolour practice because I've been saying for years I want to do watercolours and then I never do, or I do it and I don't like it. So, but I do find it relaxing and we want more relaxation. So my plan is to have 100 bits of paper ready. I think if you've got your paper ready, you're halfway there. And I might vary the sizes and really start to do different techniques. So just line, colour block, negative space, abstract, washes, strokes, all the techniques, getting more advanced or experimental as the month goes on. That's the plan. I'm thinking florals, still life, vases, all my favourites. So I'll start by looking at my watercolour books that I've got to get a bit of inspiration. So let me know in the comments if you're doing the 100-day project, what your thoughts are, what you're planning on doing. So this little book, Learn Flower Paintings Quickly, is one of my favourites. It's little. I won't show all of it, but it has just little techniques. I mean, look at that. That's just beautiful. This is the kind of thing I want to do, but it's not going to happen if I don't practice. See, I love the thumbnail sketches. That's how we could start the 100-day project. It doesn't have to be a finished painting every day. That's my motto. So Learn Flower Painting Quickly by Trevena. Lovely little book. I've not put these in any order. We're just going to go with the massive pile that is on my desk. Now this one isn't just about florals, but I like this one. My mum and dad found it in a cheap second-hand shop. And I like this one because it's very colourful. I mean, look at that. I'm not a fan of very pale watercolours. That is just amazing. And that's just watercolour as well. So it can be super colourful. There is some flowers in here. Let's see if we can find what I'm looking for. I mean, again, look at that. Sensational. Which one's that? Cottage watercolour. Drawing and design are always more important qualities than detail, I think. Maybe I should look at that. So colourful. This is, again, watercolour. That's beautiful. So I might start by going through the books and taking photographs of the things that I really like and put them in my creative journal. It's a job for the weekend. I'm going to pop a little note in that one because I really like that, but I would not know where to start with a painting like that. So that's what we need to learn. Now, one of my favourite watercolourists, my favourite artist who uses watercolour is Shirley Trevena. And I love this book, Breaking the Rules of Watercolour. And her work is absolutely stunning. So again, it's not just flowers. I like how she shows how to do a sketch and then taking the sketch and doing paintings from it. I mean, look at those. Beautiful. Even her sketches are just sensational. Again, she likes colours and she's not afraid to use a bit of mixed media. Very inspiring. There'll be more books from her. I think I've got all of her books now. This one's quite nice. It's not just watercolours. Painting Flowers, A Creative Approach. I think I'll link everything down below for these books if they're still available, because I'm not the best at giving all the details. But again, this one is very detailed. There's a lot of writing in it, but shows you different approaches. Maybe not as many. Oh, here we go. Many photographs. There we go. Some nice ideas, nice techniques. I'm not a fan of doing just one flower on its own. If I do those, they always look a bit odd. But like things like that. So yeah, that's got a lot of information, and maybe one to sit and read one day. This is Jean Haynes' book, who I got back into art in 2020. I think she was one of the first people I watched, and I do love. They're maybe a little bit too abstract for me now. They're very, very loose. I think I want to be somewhere in between that and super detailed. Again, lots of lovely techniques and colours. That's beautiful. Have a good look through that one. I've got a couple of books by Billy Shaw. I always wanted to be a botanical artist, but I definitely think I don't want to be that detailed. That's like, whoa, a lot of work. But her work is beautiful. So she's got the different studies of the different flowers. And I think with watercolour, half the battle is getting the sketch right, isn't it? I think if you get the sketch right, you've got much more chance of it looking great, which is not how I work sometimes. I'm more intuitive, correct things as I go along, which is difficult in watercolour. So that's another good one. Actually, we've got another botanical painting in watercolour by Billy. So she's got an online class membership as well. If this is something you fancy, but it is very, very detailed. I'm not sure I could ever be that focused. Amazing. I love those. So that's another good one if you like details. And you might have seen Olga online. I'll not say her surname because I'm going to say it wrong. She also does online classes. How to paint transparent watercolours. These are beautiful. And she has like a really unique style. She sort of took botanicals and just made them a bit looser, really. So this again is a lovely, inspiring book. So it's about finding your style, isn't it? And just keeping practicing. She's got some sketches there if you don't want to draw them out. So yeah, gorgeous. Here's another one of Shirley's. She does a little bit of everything. Absolutely just love her work. She does sometimes collages on her paintings, pencil crayon. Yeah, gorgeous. In a lot of her books as well, she shows how to build up a scene from bits and bobs that you've got, which is quite useful. That's lovely. You're adding in your favourite objects, collage for an ideas. So this is that's what we're planning for the 100-day project. It's going to be fun. This was another find of my mum and dad's in the bookshop. The Magic of Watercolour Flowers by Paul Riley. This one is absolutely beautiful. Again, I love that style of watercolours as well, where it's just simple washes and lines. Leaving lots of white space is something I struggle with. I like to fill up every inch of the page. Gorgeous. That apple's amazing. So there's some really super techniques in this. That's lovely. Gorgeous. Knowing when to leave the whites and when to build up the intensity. Love it. So yeah, lots of inspiration in this one. That's gorgeous. Really love that. Right, which one is next? Right, we've got another one from Shirley. Probably my favourite, because this one really goes into putting together your own composition. Love that. super inspiring. Yeah, so I'm feeling quite excited for the 100-day project this year. Try and keep it simple. I love that. But you know, hers are very complex, but also she leaves a lot of white space still. This one, in this one, I'm sure it's in this one. I should have looked before. And she shows how she works one of them. I think that's my problem sometimes. I just don't know where to start. I think I just need to start, and I think that's what the 100-day project's gonna do. Oh, well, I can't find it. Maybe it wasn't in this book, but yes, lovely. Really like that one. And then this one, I've not seen much from this artist, but she has about 3 or 4 watercolour books, and so I picked the flower one. I think she works quite big, but uses a lot of techniques. So I thought this one would be quite good for the 100-day project. We could pick a day and do one of the techniques. Like, she uses cling film in the back, which is something I've not done before. You know, negative space. That could be, you know, a simple sketch like that could be one day. A lot of texture, which I love texture in my work. Yeah, I think we'll get a lot of ideas. That's nice, isn't it, with the limited palette. Gorgeous. And then this one isn't really, it's just a general watercolour book, but there is lots of different techniques, which again I thought I could use. It goes through all the different techniques of watercolour, mixed media, using salt, sponging. So each day we could try something a little bit different. That's the plan. Well, that's nice. I like that. You know, drawing with a brush, dry brushing. So there's loads of ideas I can use from that book as well. So I'll have that one on standby. It's going to take some tidying up after this. I've got books everywhere. And this one is more acrylics, but I like the idea of painting imaginary flowers sometimes, and, you know, doodling, intuitive. Lots of lovely textures again. But taking some of these ideas and doing your own sort of compositions and vases, I can still do, even if I'm just using watercolours or mixed media. So yeah, that's a nice one. Letting your imagination do the work. I sometimes think that's when I find the most relaxing when painting. So I hope you've enjoyed that little flick through. If you know of any great watercolour books about flowers that you think I don't have, leave a comment, and I'm always happy to add to my collection of books. So yeah, hope you have a great day. Take care, and thank you for watching.